By now, you should have gone over the notes for this page. Manufacturing process. And I'm not going to go really through these notes very much other than to just kind of fly through them and show you what is expected for your paper, because you're going to be talking about the manufacturing process in a paper that you write, and the paper rough draft is due on Thursday and the final draft is due on Monday, and it's going to be counted as a summative score. So this is a good grade for a lot of you that don't like taking tests. You can take your time and write a nice 3-paragraph paper. So the manufacturing process talks about how a product is built. There's lots of different stages that uh, the product has to go through to get it built. You might be thinking of something like a cell phone case or a mug or any kind of a material that you look around the room that you're in right now. Everything was built in some way. It took some kind of a manufacturing process to build it. So basic manufacturing process you can see on this page: casting and foundry, forming, machining, joining and assembly, rapid prototyping. This is using a foundry, which is melting metals and then pouring them into a mold or a shape, and then letting that metal that was melted cool down into the shape that you want for the product. There are videos that you guys can watch. At least take some time and watch a short section of each one of these videos so you can see what the manufacturing process is like. Okay, rolling and forging. Material passes through some really heavy rollers that makes them thinner and thinner with each pass. Okay, forging, the material is shaped by controlling application force, something like a blacksmith hammering, heating a material with heated material with a hammer to shape it into what kind of shape you want it to be. Extrusion, materials compressed and forced through a die, like a wire rod drawing a tube through a die. These are different pictures of materials or products that were made through an extrusion, aluminum extrusion. Again, take some time to watch these videos. Be very helpful for your understanding. Subtractive process is using some kind of a machine to remove parts of the material to make it into the shape that you want it to make into. So it's just cutting pieces off little by little to get it the way you want it to be. A lathe is a typical machining tool that's used to make a material into the shape that you want it to be. Again, just look at these videos. A drill can also be used to create holes and attach those holes, that can then be used to attach these materials together. Mechanical fastening is using nuts and bolts or rivets, just like we do with our VEX materials at school, to attach pieces together. Okay, welding is another way that we can attach things together by melting one material to another. Again, you can look at this video to see the welding. Soldering and brazing, very similar, where you heat the surfaces and melt the metals together with an alloy melted between the surfaces. Let's see. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Additive process, 3D printers. We have these at Johnson, where you can just use materials, melted materials, and gradually, little by little, put them together to make a shape that you want. Okay, extrusion and injection molding, again, is just forcing material through a nozzle into a mold and letting it cool and making a shape like that. So that is that. The manufacturing paper you're going to talk about, you are going to describe how a product was made using guidelines in this document that you're going to see, an example Google Doc was sent to you. And the Google Doc that was sent to you looks like this right here. This is just an example of a paper that was written. We wrote this paper and we didn't make it exactly perfect, but we made it so that you could see what a paper that would be like a level C, A, B, C, D, or F. This would be an average kind of paper. 3 paragraphs. You don't have to make it really long. You should add a picture of the product that you're going to choose. It's going to include a product. First paragraph is going to describe your product. Second paragraph is going to describe how that product is made, what kind of manufacturing processes were used. These are examples that I just talked about in the notes, the PowerPoint that you guys took notes on. And then you're going to write a conclusion statement. I'll go over the different parts of that. Now you guys are going to write your paper right on this paper that you received. So you can just, scroll down, and then you're going to write your paper just like this. But you're going to put your material in here. So you can leave this paper here as long as you want. You can delete it right away if you want. But when you send your paper in to me, no, you won't have to send it in to me. I'll have access to this. So you can just write. That's why I want you to write it on here. You don't have to even send it to me. Just write it right on here, and this will already be shared with me. So when you're done, though, you can delete all this that's below. You don't need to keep that there, or you can delete it right away if you want. But this is where you're going to write your paper. Okay. So what are you going to be writing about? Well, you can choose. You're going to choose one of these. Okay. Aluminum engine block, scissors, darts, vegetable peelers, axes, bike frame, big bobby car. Okay, so there's videos here that you can watch. In this video, you only have to watch about 5 minutes, from minute 10 to minute 14 and a half, to see how an engine block was made. How is a scissors made? How is a dart made? How is vegetable peelers? These are all videos. How is an axe made? How is a bike made? How is the big bobby car made? And again, your paper must include paragraph 1, product description, paragraph 2, the process, paragraph 3, the conclusion. You've got the example that was sent to you as a C minus paper. You guys write a paper, you write 3 paragraphs about one of the products, you'll get a passing grade. Take the time to write it. Okay, product description. First paragraph, what is the product? What is the product made of? How is it used? Second paragraph, manufacturing process, describe each step of the manufacturing process. Process, the name and the purpose. Is it done by a machine or a human? Take some time and describe what's actually happening in this process. Okay. Conclusion, what is the most interesting manufacturing step that you saw in the video? Which operating job do you think you would like to do the best in building this product that you chose? Try to choose a product that you would like, at least find this interesting. What job making this product would you think would be the worst? Okay, so what would you like to do if you were actually building? If you choose the big bobby car, this video is just going to basically tell you about how the big bobby car is made. Okay, so
near Nuremberg in Germany is the home of the big bobby car.
You choose what part of the process of manufacturing you would like to do the most, and what you wouldn't like to do. So that's pretty much it. That's the process that we're going to be using with this. Text me, email me with any questions you might have. But again, have fun with this. I don't want you to be stressing out about it. 3 paragraphs is not a lot. Take some time, do a good job, get a good grade, a good test score, and let's finish up strong. See ya.